Eventually you notice, as the crowd begins to part, you see a number of the guard, a few of the bodyguards that you had seen previously kind of sitting amongst the shadows of the throne roost when you first arrived the night before. And there you see Beauregard being flanked by 3 guards, one better armored than the others. And then there, stepping behind that, the looming figure of the Plank King. He approaches. So, not here but 24 hours and you've already made a mess of our little home, have you? I can see the flames from my roost. My crowsmen tell me they spotted you walking aboard the Squall Eater and assault Avantika, one of our own. Apparently a few of you fleeing into the city. No, I have my misgivings about trusting anyone. But I'm far more likely to toss in with those that I've mistrusted long enough to at least know where they stand. I don't know a fucking bit about all of you. So, my other friend, and he points towards Jametti, who's now in the back, and the rest of you see, says that you've all come in with her lot, not but maybe 2 weeks back. And that not most of you have much of an experience on the sea. Not but one. The rest of you still haven't quite found your legs on the waters. I'm going to ask you right now, what brought you out there to mucking with the pirates' deals? Speak up!
We understand your distrust. We are new here. And we only beg your patience as we prove ourselves before you. Avantika and her crew are up to foul deeds. Our friend Bo here, I trust, has shown you her journal.
He reaches back in his pocket and goes, "Oh, right. Here," and gives it to Solon, who goes, "Oh, all right. This is not a language I really know.
There's a cipher in the front.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's wedged into the back.
Oh, and he takes it and pulls it out and looks at it. Oh, fuck me, this is,
Yeah, it's pretty good work, right?
Sir, with all due respect, it's going to take me a long while to go ahead and do this. This is,
I told you.
This is elaborate.
Yeah.
We think there's already some work that can just be checked if that speeds it up. I mean, that should just
The Plank King goes, shh.
Oh, yeah.
You said there's some, special parts here of looking to overturn me or something. What pages are that at?
That is, excuse me, I am the one who deciphered this. That is near
He's
the
our
end.
Solon.
Solon goes like, oh, I'd very much like to have a conversation with you.
As you will, if that is welcome here. But yeah, the bit about her being a traitor to the Plank King and wanting to rule over the entire sea and have the Plank King, I believe the words, if I remember correctly, because my memory is spotty, bend the knee.
And you point out the space where that was.
Near the end, yeah, right here.
Thumbs through and he goes,
It's complex.
okay, well, oh, great king, give me a bit of time with this, if you don't mind. He looks around, everyone's kind of looking at him. You notice at this moment he glances around and sees like the dozens and dozens of eyes locked on him, and he starts getting a little nervous. You see a little sweat drop on his forehead, and he kind of adjusts his glasses again and starting to fog a bit. He goes, just pops down and starts like going through and pulls out paper and a quill, and he kind of just sets up in the middle of the dock area and starts going through and point by point deciphering and translating each part of the cipher over to one of his empty pages.
Great King, if we may, time we have.
That we do.
You are certainly, it's at your whim that we serve. I think it would be only fair to ask that we remain under guard while your compatriot here translates that text.
Oh, we're standing right here.
Fair enough.
You still haven't answered my question. What brought you to these waters? Why did you throw in with her lot? And you see now they're bringing Avantika forward with the rest of you.
Well, we're from Wildmount and hired mercenaries from the Empire. I'm with a secret order of the monks from the Cobalt Soul. known as the Expositors. Avantika has been a person of interest that we've been wanting to investigate for some time, and I was sent to do that. So unfortunately, our business has nothing to do with you fine folk here of Darktoe. It only has to deal with Avantika. She's disrupted our shores enough. We decided to investigate.
Where does your allegiance lie?
My allegiance is completely separate and isolated from any persons here. My allegiance is with the Cobalt Soul.
The archives. I've had some dealings.
So you have your library card.
Not much of a reader. But your folk have done good work for our interests in the past. So, it's the woman of the hour. What have you to say about yourself and these strangers that come waltzing into our little haven and causing all sorts of ruckus, murdering your crew and making these claims against you? Known you for years. And Avantika, hand behind in shackles, goes, well, you can see her face, though you can see the bits where like dirt, sweat lines have made their way across and down her, the sides of her chin and jaw, looking intently at the rest of you with a forced smile through her teeth. There is a look of murderous rage and loss in her eyes as you have murdered a majority of her crew. Well, I can guarantee that I kept no journal. They came to me at sea with discussion of perhaps coming and joining my crew, looking for means of aid and gold. And they began to talk of this strange entity, this Ukatoa. Well, I followed suit. I wanted to make for some kind of alliance. I kind of found particular interest with one of their individuals, and she looks over towards Ford. But it seems such a romance was merely just another way to try and toss me to the proverbial wolves, or marrow, if it will. They've now killed my crew, they've taken a number of my things, damaged my ship, and they're trying to smear my name, one who has walked alongside you and all of you fine folks for the past 10 years. Even using the memory of Vandrin against me. You hear a few voices go like, Vandrin. Vandrin raised this one. And he sabotaged his ship. Blew it asunder in the middle of the ocean. And that was the last he was seen. He's already killed one of our own. Is this untrue?
All
eyes are on you.
Plank King, if I may, my ears, though pointy, can only stand a certain amount of dishonesty. I would prefer to cut through the bull. There are those of us among us who can make sure that the truth is spoken here. I would beg of you to allow that to happen now.
Make a persuasion check.
Natural 20.
What? Demon. The Plank King gives you this very severe look, his eyes narrowed and glancing you up and down, almost piercing you with but a glance. And he raises his head with a grin and goes, oh, what's necessary for such a thing?
Honorable Plank King, the means justify the ends. My compatriot here will place her cobalt knuckles upon the chin of Avantika, and you will hear the truth. You need but only ask your questions again.
Be my guest. Avantika is like, yeah, what is this,
Before she...
She's manticled and being held by two guards from behind. Wow. It's auto hit. So all these different hits and pressure points are hit, like under the chin, that area, another to the sternum, and then another that clocks the temple, and Avantika just, oh!
They are unable to speak a deliberate lie for 1 minute. And all charisma checks have advantage.
Avantika, is what they're saying true? And she goes, glances aside. Doesn't respond. He leans forward closer.
Speak a lie.
Tell me, is what they're saying true? Is that book containing passages where you're looking to take this island for yourself? Her eyes look away. She just looks down at the rest of the dock. He leans in real close, pushing his forehead almost to hers. Look me in the eye, woman.
Oh my god!
And she just doesn't meet his gaze. By the power of the revelry that surrounds me, let this be a lesson to those who would work against the words we swore to each other on this land. And may your memory be besmirched for the few days it's recalled. And he reaches forward and grabs Avantika by the throat and lifts her up, and she's like fighting against it. Just kind of lifts her and looks her. I hope you see God, whatever it is very merciful on the other side. And just breaks her neck with one hand. Her body goes limp in his grasp, and he throws it to the docks. Don't worry about the cipher. Take her up top. She'll be the next on the pike. As for the rest of you, you've pulled out a conspiracy. I'll give you that. You've also snuck your way into the revelry under false pretenses. You've broken our laws within but a day of being presented with them in multiple ways. And that's a serious offense. So, hear my judgment upon these folk. You are hereby banished from Darktow. Take the remnants of the Squall Eater as your own. Limp your way beyond the reefs. We're going to burn the colours of that ship. And should you ever return to the outskirts of the Drag Shallow, we won't hesitate but sink you to the depths below.
That is beyond a generous sentence.
Unshackle him. This stands immediately. I hope you have enough supplies in that boat to last you the rest of the journey.
We'll be fine.
We'll make do. We will leave with great haste.
Good. To the archives at the Plank King sends his regards.
Will do, good sir.
Now fucking go!
Before everybody gets on the boat, can I run over to the docks? Because I'm not shackled, and I try to find the jewels that